Henyu now on the far side. And we should have a picture back up on live pictures from here at Elvery's McHale Park. Should be coming to you now across the internet. Let us know where you are, as Liam mentioned. If you're watching from far afield, let us know. Ball delivered inside there by Chris Henyu into the corner forward position, into the full forward of Keith Joyce. Tried a left foot shot, half blocked. Gets gratefully into the hands of Jason O'Neill, who finds the cornerback. And out come Ballycastle with John Carey, the centre back. As we mentioned, the conditions are very, very, very difficult at the moment. The ball's turned over. Joyce again lays it off to Niall Duffy. Niall Duffy back to Joyce. Joyce outside him to Duffy again. The ball is being, as I said, played through the hand an awful lot in these early stages. Conditions not great for a kicking game at the moment, but as we say that, there's a nice hand pass out to the far side to Dave Stenson, the right half back for Kilmeena, who are in the ascendancy in these early 2 or 3 minutes here at McHale Park. But that attack broken down, and the ball is easy, gets it up into his hand, and there's a free out there. Ball retained well there by Fergal Ford. We'll quickly go to our co-commentators Mickey and Fergal to see if there's a change you noticed on the Ballycastle side.
Yeah, Tom, I just noticed there that number 30 Marcus Hunt is replaced by number 21 David McDonnell in the corner forward line for Ballycastle.
High ball delivered into the full forward line, gets in the hands of Shane Ford, but couldn't quite reach him, and out come Kilmeena with the ball. Big challenge there by number 12 for Ballycastle, Shane Kiley, but the Kilmeena defender keeps hold of possession. Another big hit. It's a day for the big hits here in McHale Park. A great shoulder there taken by Richard Tye, but the ball is spilled by Stensons. It was worked back through across the line into the hands of Ian McNulty. McNulty to his centre forward, Neil Niall Ryan, and they're breaking again. Kilmeena, they cross the halfway line. Soloing the ball up there is number 12 Chris Henyu. Henyu now puts the ball out, hand pass to the left hand side in front of the stand. Not a day for hopping the ball, as found out there by I think it's Liam Henyu there on the far side, but Kilmeena keeping possession of the ball. They work it inside, being held up. Joyce held up now by number 4 for Ballycastle, Paul Whelan. The ball is very slippy in these conditions at the moment, and as we said before, there is a very strong breeze here at McHale Park this evening. Ball finds its way into the hands of Niall Feehan. Feehan delivers a little kick pass inside to corner forward number 13, who was Niall Duffy, but the shot couldn't quite come off for him, so Ballycastle would get possession back, and they're working the ball through the hand, through the half back line, running at lines now, breaking up the field as Fergal forward into the midfield, being shadowed by his opposite number, Liam Henyu. Ballycastle deliver the ball forward low into their forward position. Spin on the turn there is Niall Duffy. Is Marcus Hunt actually, and Marcus Hunt is fouled by the referee. The referee, it was down to be Sean Riley from the Neil, but we're not sure that is Sean, but we'll confirm that at half time. It's not Sean from the Neil. So there's a free in just on side, and we're going to go over to you for any changes, Mickey, on the Kilmeena side.
No, Tom, we're playing as selected on the team sheet. As I said, Kilmeena will be delighted with the start they got, even though this is a free in here now for Ballycastle in a very kickable position from the number 9 from Ballycastle, which it's saved inside by Andrew Graylis. As I said, we line out as we are. Delighted with the start that Kilmeena have made. Niall Feehan making some excellent runs from the centre half back line, so hopefully he can keep that going.
So a free given away there over on the far side in front of the stand, as the supporters still continue to make their way here into Elvery's McHale Park, and the game is about 4 minutes old here at Elvery's McHale Park, and there's a free out now for Kilmeena. Number 10 Conor Madden has the ball in his hand, but the referee wants to have a word. I think he saw a bit of off the ball stuff like was happening in Croke Park last weekend, so he needs eyes in the back of his head, and he has 2 linesmen to help him, hopefully it won't be as difficult to manage as that game. But so the game restarts. Free, quick taken, hand pass delivered inside, great ball into the hands of Stenson. Stenson's breaking through onto the 45 into Ballycastle territory. He's looking for support. He eventually switched the ball out into the centre forward position. Great kick pass inside by Niall Ryan, but there's a free given away. It's a free out. It was a good attacking position, Mickey, but unfortunately the pass wasn't delivered at quick enough pace.
Yeah, Tom, our half-back line are playing very, very well indeed. A quick ball in there to Derek Evening, but unfortunately kind of stumbled on the ball and lost opportunity for Kilmeena.
High ball delivered in by Ballycastle, but it's broken again not kindly for Kilmeena. Kilmeena having the best of it in these early exchanges. bit of a risky challenge there, but it breaks kindly for Liam Henry. Henry pops a hand pass out to Dave Stenson. Stenson returns the favour to Henry. The referee is Michael Daly. As we said in the programme, it's named as Sean Riley, but it's Michael Daly is the referee for this first replay quarter-final. Block down shot there inside. Ballycastle working very well inside in the full back line, not allowing Kilmeena to get their shots off very easily, and they come away with the ball again. As we said, Kilmeena are well on top in the early stages, but hope Ballycastle looking at a big challenge in the back, but the referee doesn't give the free. He plays play on. Advantage play. Shane Healy gives it inside to Fergal Ford. Fergal Ford with a swing of his right boot, and that's just narrowly to the left and wide. As we said, Fergal, the early exchange of Ballycastle need to start to get a bit of a foothold in this game.
Yeah, certainly Kilmeena have had a lot of possession at the moment, but the Ballycastle lads are defending well. They're not diving in. They're very disciplined. I think they're trying to hit Dermot Kelly with a lot of early ball there as well, and he's out in front of his man every time. Just need to settle it down. Like I said, they haven't given away any daft scores, haven't given away any daft frees. Keep their discipline. As you say, get a foothold in the game.
Game restarted. Number 10, Kevin Healy, plays a quick kick pass inside into John Carey. Carey tries to deliver an angled ball in. It's held up in the breeze, but it beats both forward and defender and runs over the end line and wide. The first quarter final was a tight affair. Was similar conditions in Ballina, and Ballycastle had a good lead at halftime, but the Kilmeena team powered back in the second half, outscoring them quite well, 9-3.
They did indeed, Tom. Yeah, they showed great resilience in the last couple of minutes and a great score from Derek Keaveney. But I agree with Fergal here. The Ballycastle backs have been working very hard here. 4 blockdowns in the first couple of minutes, so they definitely have the advantage here. So Kilmeena have to use their heads and put the ball in quicker into the full forward line.
Ball breaks in the side and it's well overturned there by number 7 for Ballycastle. Joe Ty being held up and he's looking for support, but it's a free for Shane Healy. Shane Healy on the tight angle just inside the 45. So the ball's been left there for Fergal Ford, who's going to possibly to put it in around the house and let the breeze cause a bit of consternation in there. But as we said, the breeze is with him in this kick. So he's gone short. Ball popped up short, returned well, didn't wait for the run. Great interchange by the 2 midfielders. Gives it back inside. That's a great score. Worked quick free, laid it off, went for the return. Underage stuff, give and go, and that's the first score of the game for Ballycastle.
Yeah, a great score there from Fergal, and that'll give them great confidence now. Fergal is absolutely lethal in that position. Give him a bit of space at all, and he'll slot the ball over effortlessly. Great score.
Andrew Grealish in the goal restarts the game for Kilmeena. It's held up in the breeze. As we said, the ball is going to fall very short for Kilmeena in the first half, but it manages to break kindly there for Niall Ryan. Niall Ryan works it inside, breaks it inside to number 5 into John Ryan. Ball along the ground into midfield, turns, carries, gives a nice little hand pass outside. Kilmeena are working the ball well into the full forward line, but as mentioned, they've not had any score for their endeavour, so they need to settle down when they get into the forward line. But the Ballycastle backs aren't standing off, and as tailed there, ball turned over again in the full forward line, and that's about the 5th turnover now for the Ballycastle backs, and they've been working overtime, and they're very low ball, hard ball to pick up there, but it's a free given. It's not the conditions for playing low ball into the low ground. You need to get that ball into hand as quickly as possible.
It certainly is not, Tom. It's certainly not an even to be hopping the ball, and I've noticed on 3 different occasions the Kilmeena forwards have hopped the ball and lost possession.
And the ball is spilled again as it's total there, as the commentators curse. The ball is hopped again. The players need to get it out of their heads that they can hop the ball on ground like this, so there could be a concern here. There's an injury to number 3. I think it's Kieran Hastings might be down, but we'll get a confirmation while the referee is getting him some attention. We might run through the teams quickly. So 7 and 5, Ian McNulty is named in the programme, and Joe Tide have switched wings. So the team for Ballycastle is as follows. In goal is Jason O'Neill. Number 2 is Richard Tye. 3, Martin Sweeney. Number 4, Paul Whelan. Number 5 is actually Joe Tye. Number 7 is Ian McNulty, and 6 is John Carey. In the middle of the field, Michael Ford, who is the captain, and Fergal Ford, who's got the only score of the game so far. The half forward line is Kevin Healy, Shane Healy, and Shane Kiley, and the full forward line is number 21, David McDonald, who replaces the named Marcus Hunt, and we have Shane Ford and Dermot Kelly completing the Ballycastle team. We'll run quickly through the Kilmeena team in the next break and play it, but the game is back underway, no injury, so Kilmeena come on the attack again, looking to get their first score of the game, but again players are persisting with trying to hop the ball in these conditions as the rain starts driving in across the pitch now, but the referee deems that was a foul by Michael Ford, so quickly taken goal. Paul delivered in by Connor Madden delivers it inside to Niall Duffy. Niall Duffy beats his man and tries to give a quick early ball inside, but the referee said he was fouled as he kicked it, so it'll be a free into the driving rain and wind, so it'll be a hard one to try and put over the bar. But
yeah, it's really difficult for Kilmeena to get any kind of shot on goal with that wind into their faces there. But they're working the ball very well. They're looking to try and pick some space there and try and pick a score, similar to how they got their equalising score down in Ballina last week.
Play breaks down, but Kilmeena are coming a right-footed shot. It's hard to see here through the commentary position, but it's gone wide of the post, and unfortunately, that's the first shot on target, I think, for Kilmeena in the game so far. So it's still 1 point to Ballycastle, no score to Kilmeena. We have 10, just coming up to 11 minutes gone in the first half. The game will restart with a kick out for Jason O'Neill, who's going to go long, and with this one you'd think because of the conditions we're playing in, he doesn't want to hang around, so attempts to go long right out the field and caught well, and so mark is called by Niall Fian. Quick ball delivered inside again. Great take by the wing forward, and he turns and he's trying to drive through. Delivers a quick kick pass inside out to this left hand side of the field. The forwards for Ballycastle working well linking up well with the midfielders. The ball there in the hands of Fergal Ford. It was drawn the foul, so it's a free just in front of the posts. Probably about 3 or 4 yards to the left of the black spot. So you'd think that with the breeze behind them, this should go over the bar.
Indeed, Tom, and you referred to it there, conditions are horrendous out there. It's actually getting worse, and the breeze is picking up as well. Very kickable score. Kilmeena need to be more disciplined in the half-back line.
So the free is taken, right foot over the bar, 2 points. Confirmed by the umpire, who are getting a fair cleaning out there in the weather. At least the players are moving and the umpires are standing their ground, but they're well covered in their white suits and easily distinguished in this bad weather. So 2 points to no score. Ballycastle lead, and the ball is dropped hard and it's spilled again on the ground on the far side, but Ballycastle have turned it over and they're breaking at pace, and the ball finds its way again to Fergal Ford, who seems to be a magnet for the ball in these urgy states, and that's a left-footed shot, and that's sent over the bar. That's a fantastic score by number 11 Shane Healy, a fantastic score, and we need the Kilmeena team to get on top in this in the next few minutes, Mickey, or this game could potentially get out of sight. Sorry.
Yes, indeed, Tom. Struggling midfield at the moment. Ballycastle seem to have the upper hand there, and our half-back line are working tremendously hard, but they are extremely busy with this half-forward line, who seem to be coming out, winning ball in midfield, playing a sweeper system as well, which is working well for them as well. But hopefully in this upcoming minutes now we'll settle the ship.
We understand that the quality of the images aren't great here. We do apologise, but the conditions, as mentioned already in Elvery's McHale Park this evening, are very difficult for football. Even from our position here in the commentary position, it's very hard sometimes to make out the players. And if you bear with us, we're just trying to get the quality of the images improved for you. But Fergal, you must be delighted with the start that Ballycastle have made on top, and they were slightly behind in the first 3 or 4 minutes, as you mentioned. Their full backline have been working very, very well, but their forwards now 3 scores to the good.
Yeah, to be honest, Tom, I was a little bit worried, the first few minutes, but they've really settled into the game. 2 great scores from Fergal and, Shane Healy. They've found the range. Like those guys have this, they have the ability, just to have the confidence now to pop over those scores with that win behind them.
Kilmeena on the attack now. The ball is worked inside to the centre forward position, delivered quickly inside to the full forward line. That's a foul, a slight push. The Kilmeena player was out in front on the ball, won it well, but drew the foul. I think it was Chris Henue there who drew the foul. So it's a free for Kilmeena, just about 5 yards wide of the right hand side upright. As we said, he'll be kicking into a very, very, very stiff breeze. When you look at the flags at pitch level here, they're flickering away like nobody's business. And as we said, the conditions not too dissimilar to the first game in Ballina, which brought us here to McHale Park today. So it'll be a free, about 25 yards out, right-footed, struck, and that's over the bar. That's the first score for Kilmeena. That's a good effort into that strong breeze.
Yeah, it was a very good ball in there, well won by Chris Henue, and Derek Eveney will punish any team from that distance out. So yeah, much better stuff. The ball needs to go in quicker, as I said, and when they do, they will score from it.
Both teams trying to get to grips with these difficult conditions here, and as we mentioned, it's going to possibly get worse before it gets better, but that ball kick out is sailed over into midfield and it's broken well for Kilmeena. They're on the break again. Dave Stenson run on the right hand side here, just in front of the Comedia Tower at Elvery's McHale Park, delivers it inside. Kilmeena looking to build slowly from the back. Chris Henug delivers infield to the centre forward position into the hands of Niall Ryan. Ryan works it all the way back to midfield into the hands of John Ryan. John Ryan gives a hand pass. They're working the ball well, Kilmeena. They're trying to move the Ballycastle backs around, trying to make an opportunity for themselves. It finds the ball into Niall Duffy. Duffy now gives it out, pops it back around. Kilmeena just working the ball across the line, hand passing the ball. Keith Joyce being the pivot at the moment, and the break now from the centre back is Niall Feehan. Niall Feehan trying to cut inside, thought about the shot, but it works its way back out. It's a snap shot. It falls short gratefully into the hands of Jason O'Neill, who's looking for runners from the Ballycastle. Currently have 13 men behind the ball inside their own half, leaving just the 3 forwards up in front of their own half of the field. So they're going to have to break at pace or to deliver the ball with a kick pass, which seems to be the ploy. When they get to halfway, they're delivering the ball at pace inside to their forwards. The ball at times can be spilling out like a bar of soap, but in that instance it's broken well for Kilmeena. Now there's a Kilmeena player down in the middle of the field. The referee has come back to it. I think there was an incident off the ball. He's coming over to consult his linesman. I don't know, Fergal, did you see anything there? Was there anything that we were following the play at the time, and it was the referee is going to have a consultation with his linesman?
Yeah, I didn't see anything, Tom, to be honest with you. Like I said, I was following the play on the far side, so I didn't actually see anything, but we'll soon find out.
The referee is bringing over the protagonist to him, so we'll see what he's going to do. It could be just a stiff talking to. It may have been something, it may have been nothing. So in this instance, the referee has decided that it was something over nothing, and telling both players just to calm down and let's play football. Game restarts. Kilmeena free on the far side in front of the stand in McHale Park. Ball delivered nicely up the line. That's a fantastic ball, and they're driving into Kilmeena. Kilmeena are coming in to the forward, breaking the 21, and they're still carrying it, and that's a fantastic run. But unfortunately, the Ballycastle backs, as we mentioned, are doing a sterling job. At that time, there was a foul. The Kilmeena players think the Ballycastle player touched it on the ground, I think, but I think they're coming out the field now with we have approximately 17 minutes gone here in the first half at Elvery's McHale Park in the quarter-final replay. The ball is being held up there by the Kilmeena forward, so it's a free out. The referee deems there was too many men in the tackle. As we said, the conditions and the visibility, even from our position here in the commentary tower at McHale Park, is very difficult to make out the images, and as we said, we will endeavour to make the pictures as good as we can for you on your screens. There's going to be a sideline ball on the far side, right on halfway in front of the tunnel here. It's going to be a sideline ball to Ballycastle. As we said, they're coming off a replay in from Ballina. As I said, these teams have been playing in horrendous conditions for 2 days, so there's another whistle blown there by the referee. He's obviously seen something. The ball seemed to be delivered in a pace. Again, it was he's calling somebody closer to him. There was another collision off the ball. Did you make it out there, Mickey? Did you see what happened?
Yeah, he spotted a collision off the ball there with Stephen Stanton, who was deemed to nudge the number 9 for Ballycastle, which is Fergal Ford in the back. But having said that, I think the management Kilmeena will be very happy at this stage. They're playing well. 20 minutes gone into a strong breeze. Their backline is working very well. The probably disappointing factor at the moment is that the forward line have had 6 opportunities, only converted 1, so that's something they certainly need to work on.
Free for Ballycastle in front of the stand and McKay, about 35 yards out, about 5 yards in from the sideline. Shane Healy with the ball in his hands, left-footed, swings it, and that high sky, and that's over the bar. That's a great score using from that angle and from those conditions, and that puts a bit of more daylight between the two teams.
A little bit, Tom, yeah, but again, Ballycastle having to work so hard to get into those positions, to get their shooters on the ball. It's really, really difficult. But, there's still 10 minutes to go in the half. They were in similar position this time last week, got 2 quick goals, anything can happen.
Michael Ford breaks into the 21, left-footed shot, saved by the goalkeeper. Great save, low down to his left-hand side. That was a fantastic effort, and as we were commentating there, the ball broke in the middle of the field, and Michael Ford, the captain, was driving through at pace. Nobody got a hand to him, and he hit the shot early, and a fantastic save low down to the left-hand side. The ball's gone out for a 45, but that's the danger when you're taking these kickouts into this stiff breeze.
Absolutely, a tremendous run by Michael Ford. He's having a very good game today, centre of the field, but a fantastic save, as you said, Tom, on the left hand side, Brandon Graylis, who was left exposed and pulled off a fantastic save to save the day.
Now we have Fergal Ford from the dead ball situation on the 45, coming up, swings his right boot, It didn't hit it cleanly. It's gone short, and it's just tipped in the large square wide again for another 45. Didn't get the clean hit on the ball that time, Fergal, but he'll get a second bite of the cherry.
He'll get a second bite of the cherry. Fergal's a very sweet striker of the ball, so I'll expect he'll have a better crack at it this time. The conditions are absolutely terrible. I mean, it's hard to emphasise just how difficult they are. You know, it's one thing that the breeze is there, and it's not that easy to play with it either.
Fergal forward again, attempts another 45. Steps up, right foot this time, hits it worse than the first one, and actually comes off a Ballycastle forward, and that's gone. Looked to me like it came off a Ballycastle ball, but it's given as a 45. So Fergal will get a third attempt from about the same area. He's like a golfer practicing his putting from about 3 or 4 feet.
Yeah, and I'm not going to put the mockers on him this time by saying he's going to strike it sweeter. I'll just let him off this time.
We can't understate, Mickey, the difficult conditions that the players are playing in this evening.
No, Tom, it's horrendous out there. It really is. Another free there, another 45 again, and I think it's gone wide this time. But as I said, I presume the lights will be coming on soon, because it must be very difficult out there. I mean, as Fergal alluded to, in the tower, it's very difficult to see out. You can imagine the conditions down there in the field are virtually impossible.
So the game will restart with a kick out by Andrew Grealish, who moments ago made a fantastic save from Michael Ford, low down to his right hand side. Sorry, tipped it around the post. So out it comes, looking for the mark, turned over, caught well there by Michael Ford, as mentioned, who's been coming into the game in the latter stages of this first half. He's in again, left footed, decides to go for the point this time, but not a tackle was made from a Kilmeena point of view. The ball was won cleanly by Ford himself, and he drove through the ranks of the Kilmeena defence, and they didn't even get a challenge or a shoulder on him.
No, there's certainly issues there in the centre of the field. The forwards are doing very, very well indeed, and certainly Kilmeena need to do something to combat that. The kick-outs just against the wind, we're struggling with that. But having said that, our half-back line are working well, and Kilmeena are on the attack again.
Ball delivered quickly into the centre of the field, but Kilmeena on the attack, trying to claw back the steps of the ball now with Stephen Staunton. With Liam Henue. Henue is brought down in the middle of the field. It's going to be a free. The referee is bringing over the Ballycastle defender to him. It could be a yellow card. I think it's the fullback, Martin's. It's John Carey, with the referee speaking to 3, Martin Sweeney. Yeah, as we said, the numbers are hard to make out. We could do with a set of windscreen wipers on the glass here at McHale Park to give us a chance, but he's up on his feet. He looks eager to continue, Liam. I'd say it'll take more than a nudge to drag him off the field, so it'll be a free for Kilmeena, about 55 yards out from the Ballycastle goal, dead straight. Too far to be kicking into this breeze, but a nice kick pass inside, delivered into the full forward, into the hands of Keith Joyce. Keith Joyce turns and lays it off. There's a right-footed snap shot, and that's over the bar. That's a great score. I think that was Chris Henue who delivered that shot there at number 12. So it's another good score for Kilmeena. They need more of that. They need to be taking possibly the chances earlier than trying to work the ball so close to goal.
Absolutely, much better there this time. The ball moved in quickly, and Henue took a fine score there. That's what Kilmeena need to do. When we get the quick ball in, one disappointing factor I don't like to see is our target man Derek Evening having come out to the midfield to win a ball. That's worrying. He needs to stay inside, but more of that I think is what we need.
The goalkeeper is looking for Lee Rogie. There seems to be a lack of Lee Rogie. I think it went high up into the stand on that snapshot and over the ball catcher, so we're just waiting for a ball to make its way up to the other end of the field. It's notable that Ballycastle, on their kickouts, they have a line of 6 players just across the middle of the field looking for the long ball on the kickout. That'll obviously have to be revisited for the second half. They might have to go pull players more into their own half when they turn around at half time.
Yeah, absolutely, Tom. I just made a note here that Jason's kickouts in the second half are going to be absolutely key to this game. That was a great one there, just right on to Dermot Kelly, who dropped deep. But yeah, look, kickouts are going to be absolutely critical.
Michael Ford chasing the ball into the right corner forward position. He's turned his man, he's inside again, cutting left and right. He takes a shoulder, can't keep hold of the ball, loses it, tries to hop it, but his break comes away there with Niall Fee, and Niall Fee comes away with the ball, and Kilmeena are under pressure when Michael Ford gets the ball. There's danger every time he receives it. That's a claw. I don't think that was a good free, but the player, to be fair, was going down and he came in to try and challenge it. I don't think there was any intent. I think it was one of those where the referee has to use his experience and say it was a conditions tackle.
It was more awkward than anything else. He was sliding in on the ball, but once again Niall Feenan is doing tremendous work. He's playing centre half back, but great retrieval there at the corner, just there at the corner beside the goal. As I said, Feenan is on the ball again, and he's playing really, really well for Kilmeena this evening.
Ball is with Conor Madden. Conor Madden hits a quick ball inside. As mentioned, Kilmeena need to try and work that ball in quickly, but it's a foul. This time it's going to be a free out. There was only one target man inside. I think it was Keith Joyce in the full forward line. Kilmeena are following their Ballycastle the counterparts throughout the field, and as we said, the Ballycastle, when they have their kickouts or when they have a dead ball situation, they are flooding the midfield. So it's starving the Kilmeena forwards of possession. Ballycastle get the game back on the way, but the ball is broken down that time, and it's a free out, a foul on Liam Henry. So it'll be a free for Kilmeena, who take it quickly, shift the ball out to the left hand side in front of the stand of McHale Park, hand pass along the line given into Niall Duffy, who seems to have come far out the field to win ball. As mentioned, that ball crossfield pass finds its way to Chris Henry, bends his back, gets it up, held up by the Ballycastle by his opposite defender, but gives a quick hand pass to Keith Joyce, drops the ball but gathers it again very quickly, and he's trying to work the ball out, and it finds into the hand of Niall Ryan held up looking for support, finds it in the shape of number 4 Paddy Kane, who's come up from corner back to follow his man. So as we said, Ballycastle are defending in numbers and attacking in waves, so they're clogging up the middle of it. They don't want to concede a goal. They know how costly a goal could be in these conditions, so working the ball into hand again as we go. Kick pass delivered quickly inside, but it's turned over again by the Ballycastle backs, as we said, who are defending in numbers and trying to break at pace, but that time the hand pass wasn't good enough out, so it's a free for Kilmeena, just about 35 yards out, and it's taken quickly, shift out to the right hand side to Paddy Kane. Paddy Kane takes a solo, looking for options. There's a wall of red and black in front of him, so he has to go back into midfield, trying to get a move, trying to get something going. Gives the ball to Niall Fian gives it, dropped, the ball, that's a late hit, that'll be a free inside. So there's another free for Kilmeena. They're getting plenty of possession of the ball, but they're not crossing the gain line, they're not getting, as we said, Ballycastle are pulling plenty of men back as we speak. There's only one Ballycastle forward in their own half. They're defending in numbers.
Yeah, for the last 2 minutes there was only 2 Ballycastle men. Within every other Ballycastle man was in the 45 at the back, which probably suits Kilmeena, Tom. This is a very significant wind, rain driving into the face. I think Kilmeena management would be happy enough with this situation at present. Ballycastle are pulling everybody back, as I suppose they are under pressure, but they're doing well. There's very little in the game, but I think, as I said, Kilmeena management will be happy the way things are going at the moment.
We're coming into the closing stages of the first half here in Elvery's McHale Park, coming up to 27 minutes played. There's only 3 points in it, and you'd have to say, Fergal, that if it's a 3-point lead, it isn't enough in these conditions, especially with the wind the way it's going.
Absolutely not, Tom, no. But, like we said before the game, both teams will have 2 game plans, one for against the wind, one for with the wind. Obviously Kilmeena's against the wind has gone very well. Look, it's up to Ballycastle's now to see what their game plan against the wind will be.
That's a fantastic score. Snapshot, left-footed score. Was Liam Henry from midfield. There was a quick give and go. Worked the ball into the angle and into the breeze. That's a great score for Kilmeena in this stages of the game. 27 and a half minutes played. It'll be 5 points to 3. It's a 2-point game coming up to half time, and the game is going to be won in the second half by the look of it. Long kick out finds its way into the Kilmeena half back line. Won well there by John Ryan. John Ryan works it out towards Liam Henry. Liam Henry decides to switch the game, but that looked a dangerous ploy as the Ballycastle forwards were cutting across, but the ball has been released quickly and they're on the attack on the far side in front of the big stand here at Elvery's McHale Park. Niall Ryan works the ball across the line, gives it into Conor Madden. Conor Madden exchange passes there with his centre back Niall Fian. Fian loses the ball though, turned over by the Ballycastle defenders, as we said, who would defend in numbers and then break at waves when they have the breeze at their back. So it's going to be a long game in the second half for them when they have to play into that breeze. But the Kilmeena defence has got itself back, it's got itself organised, and the Ballycastle now are working again, trying to draw a foul. The referee is having a close look, he's trying to see what's going on. It could be a scrum down on the 45. No, he's calling a hot ball. I think there was a couple of incursions there where maybe 2 players touched it on the ground, but the conditions are, as we said, deteriorating here at McHale Park this evening.
They are indeed, Tom, but in fairness to both teams, they're trying their best, and to the referee as well, who's letting the game flow as best he possibly can. It's, as we cannot keep emphasising how difficult the conditions are there, but both teams playing well, and as I said, great credit to the referee. He's doing his very best to let play go.
Both teams will be looking to their benches as the game progresses. They're going to have a lot of players possibly picking up knocks, picking up niggles. The ground will be heavy. It's hard for the body. So there's a Ballycastle there player just over in front of the stand getting a small bit of attention or getting a shoelace tied. We can't see from here, as we said, but it was Kevin Healy, but he's up on his feet. The game will restart with a hot ball about 35 yards from goal, right in front of the Kilmeena goal. So up we go. We're back underway, and the ball is won by, I think, Ford again, and that's a left-footed shot, and he won it. No, it wasn't Ford. It was it was Shane Healy. He won it from the break. Took 3 steps, swung a left-foot shot over the bar, and we're back to having a 3-point game as we come up to half-time here in Elvery's McHale Park. We're waiting for the lights to come on. They'll have to either bring them on soon or bring them on during the half-time interval. But it's going to make an interesting viewing. As we said, the ball is going short now on the kickouts, and Ballycastle are back on the attack. It's broken, and it's broken inside to the full forward line, and they work it inside, and it's dropped. It is a foul. The referee has blown his whistle. It'll be a free in to Ballycastle, and Kilmeena are in these latter stages conceding a couple of, if this goes over, two very scores that could make the difference.
Yeah, we've struggled with the kickouts. We've lost 5 out of the last 6, which is quite worrying. We're not contesting midfield, and this is very scoreable position again. So, as I said, Kilmeena will be looking forward to the half-time break so they can regroup and get a plan for second half.
But the Ballycastle forwards dropping deep, you would have thought that the Kilmeena attempt would be to go for the short kickouts and try and work the ball out, but they still persist with the long kick out.
Absolutely, I'm surprised at that because the forwards are really dictating in midfield, so it's definitely an option. It'll be interesting to see how he adapts in the second half, but we definitely have to change tactics. That's, as I said, we haven't won one out of the last 6, so we need to change it.
Another score tapped over the bar there, Fergal. It's going to be a 7-3 for Ballycastle, and you have to say that they've made their chances count. They've punished at every opportunity, particularly from the dead balls.
Yeah, absolutely they have, and like when Ballycastle have gotten the ball down into the, inside the Kilmeena 45, they've looked dangerous, when they get the shooters on the ball, like Shane Healy has kicked 4 points, Fergal has kicked 2, Miho looks very, very dangerous when he runs at them. There's still hope here for Ballycastle. I know it's only 4 points with that Gale Force win, but, there are positives here for Ballycastle as well.
Another free on the 45 in the hands of the aforementioned target man. It's Shane Healy, number 11, who's going to swing his left foot at this one. Let the breeze do its job. It's gone high. It's high, and it looks to be dropping over the bar, and that's a fantastic score from that position. So Shane Healy has actually got his 5th score of the game. It's going to be a restart here for Kilmeena. They need to get at least one more score on the board, you'd feel, maybe, because they have to try and cut this deficit just a little bit. As we say that, though, the halftime whistle there is blown. It's going to be a very, very interesting second half. Obviously the wind, I was going to say a breeze, but it's more than a breeze, let's be fair. The wind is going to make a big deficit, and if you're going to cut that deficit of Ballycastle, we're looking at a potential change of game plan completely.
It certainly is, and I'm glad that actually the half-time whistle has gone, Tom, to be perfectly honest with you. Definitely the kick-outs have been a concern. We've lost 6 out of the last 7, so we need to regroup on that. But having said that, our goalkeeper on the grid has pulled off some fine saves. So look at as it's going to be tight the second half. Kilmeena need to work with the breeze, and hopefully, as I said, we can crawl back that lead.
Management, you'd feel, must have when they saw the conditions that they were going to be coming to, they would have had 2 game plans for the first and second half. Particularly the kick-outs, as you've said, they're going to possibly look to benefit from the long kick out now. Will that bypass the forwards and midfield, try and kick it very long, try and hit the opposite 45?
Well, there's certainly a strong enough breeze in to do that, and our goalkeeper has that potential to kick it long. I certainly think so. Look at Mickey Feeney and John have great experience in that field, and I'm sure they'll have a plan to put together at half time with these players. Fergal,
Donald Toohey will be happy with that first half performance?
He'll be happy with aspects of it, Tom. There'll be aspects of it though he won't be as well. But look, there was a time, Ballycastle reeled off the last 3 points of the half. He'll be very happy with that because it was looking fairly bleak there at one stage. But look, they've a 5-point lead. We know we had a 6-point lead last week. Let's see how it goes.
Will the strategy vary too much? Pull the high line, particularly when we're playing into the breeze, and try and hit on the counter attack again?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think the structure, the shape of the team will change dramatically, to be honest, in the second half. You saw it there, we were dropping a lot of men back. That's going to obviously be the same for the second half as well.
Okay, Fergal, thank you very much. We're back in the studio for half time. Apologies for the quality of the picture not being great at times. The conditions are really bad here this evening. I think we've settled it down a bit now. Austin O'Malley, you're impressed with Ballycastle. They've got scores there. I know they've the breeze at their back, but not an easy evening to get scores.
No, it's not. I've been very, very impressed with the way they've set themselves up as well. They've kind of played with 3 as a spine there in the first half. They've obviously got a lot of numbers back, clogged up Kilmeena, robbed and stripped possession of them time and time again. They've transitioned really quick then, and they've hit young Healy and Ford inside, and they've been really potent. Young Healy has kicked some marvellous scores there, adorn any pitch or any stadium anywhere. So Ballycastle also looked that little bit more assured on the ball. They have a little bit more physicality around the area there as well, which around the midfield third there with young Ford, and obviously the other four drifting out there as well. So it looks good for them, but again, that breeze could dictate, and conditions could dictate a lot in the second half there again.
But you did make the point that their ball handling seems to be better, isn't it? They seem to be a bit more controlled, which is a huge factor on an evening like this evening.
Absolutely, yeah. They just looked a little bit more composed and assured. I think they looked that they have a little bit more physicality around the place as well. They're not taking ball into traffic. Kilmeena have been robbed, as I said, and stripped of possession a number of times. But obviously they're quite young, so they're moving. And Ballycastle have obviously spotted this, and they're lining up a wall of kind of red there, and they're inviting them in, swallowing them up, robbing them possession, and then they're countering really quick, and they're getting dividend other end of the field of it.
Do you feel Kilmeena will have the physical power inside to capitalise on a more likely supply of ball in the second half with that breeze?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Looking at them already, young Keaveney was kind of pulled out there, and he would be probably their out-and-out scorer in chief up there. So, in terms of physicality, I don't know if it will. I'm pretty sure that Ballycastle will hold numbers back there again and try and clog them again. All the smarts up front look to be on the other end, but again, as I said, conditions could dictate, and we just don't know how that'll develop in the second half, if the wind picks up or if the rain kicks in again. But
despite the conditions, it's an absorbing contest.
Oh, it's absolutely absorbing. Like, there was a number, I counted 3-4 absolutely bone crunching hits there early on. Like, I could almost feel them here myself. And conditions and underfoot conditions as well. Guys have slipped and slided into a couple of nasty things there. So, I mean, both teams are really going at it. Kilmeena came out of the blocks early, and they looked assured and composed, and they were holding on to the ball quite well, but they just weren't getting the dividends. Obviously, they were going into the Albany end, as we call it, and that's quite a difficult breeze to try and manoeuvre, as opposed down to the Bacon factory, and the ball is flowing a little bit easier.
Who else has caught your eye on both teams?
I would say obviously young Healy for Ballycastle, without a doubt. Young Heaney for Kilmeena at wing forward has put in an absolutely Trojan half an hour there. He has carried ball. He has really took the fight on himself. He showed great leadership, has been winning frees, and he's been popping up left and right. And also he drifted inside on occasions there and won ball there. So he's definitely stood out for me there for Kilmeena. Yeah.
Okay, well, they'll all get a shot at it again in the second half. I'm going to call in Mickey. Thank you, Austin. We're going to call in Mickey and Fergal for a moment. We'll get Austin again before the second half resumes. Mickey Carney, of course, from Kilmeena, and Fergal O'Connor from Ballycastle. If you are having difficulty tuning in, or if there's a problem, do call us, or somebody belonging to you having a problem tuning in, call us on 087 9185 867. We'll try and talk you through. Mickey, the breeze, of course, is the big issue now. Never won a match, as the old saying goes. How do you feel, though?
Delighted with the start, Liam. Thought Kilmeena got a great start for the first 10 to 12 minutes, doing really, really well. But the forwards, in fairness, in midfield got control of the game for Ballycastle. We probably didn't help ourselves with the kick-outs. We lost a lot of our own kick-outs. I think 7 out of the 8 we lost in the first half.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a major disadvantage when you're losing, but in fairness to the forwards, they've worked incredibly hard midfield. Having said that, I'm delighted with our half back line. They're working hard. Niall Feenan is having a great game. Austin referred to young Hinu and Chris Hinu's working really hard up front. But look at it, strong breeze, strong wind. Wind will never win it for you, a breeze will never win it for you, a storm will never win it for you. So it'll be dependent on the second half for our inside forward line. The likes of Keith Joyce, the likes of Keaveney to come up with the goods.
He will drop in deeper now. He'll drop further in again now, more all the time.
Yeah, I presume he would. I was disappointed to see him out in the halfway line, or the centre field line. So hopefully he'll move inside, because he's very clinical. He will take the goal if the goal opportunity comes on. So hopefully, and I think we'll need a goal at this stage, even though it's 5 points down in the strong breeze. I would hope that the likes of Derek Keaveney or Keith Joyce have a great record. So hopefully they'll be able to hit one back into the net.
Your backline looks solid, Fergal.
Very solid, Liam. Yeah, very, very solid. And there's a couple of very young guys playing in there. Martin Sweeney, Richie Tighe, very, very young guys, but really, really impressed with how they've done. Ian McNulty there has grown into the game as well. He stripped his man off a ball there. John Carey, obviously, lots going to depend on him organising the defence in this second half. I think probably one of the most important men on the pitch is going to be our keeper, Jason O'Neill. I've been saying for years, Jason is one of the top club goalies in the county. We've kind of got David Clark syndrome with Jason, in terms of we nearly expect him to make a blinding save every game. So he's going to be critical with his kick-outs. Mickey mentioned that Kilmeena lost 6 or 7 out of their kick-outs. We simply can't afford to do that now. Our lads, as Mickey said, Mihal and Fergal, they've been massive in the middle of the pitch. Shane Healy, I think, has really stepped it up, led by example, kicked a couple of great scores. He's kicked 5 actually, which is a massive return on an evening like tonight.
Okay, I'm going to hand back to Tom Carney now as well. And Tom is going to take it. He's going to talk to Austin first of all before the second half begins, and he's going to take the second half. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Liam. Just to get us back into track, as we said, it's difficult conditions here, and Austin, you have to say that I know we've emphasised it a couple of times there in the first half, but unless you're standing here outside, we're safely inside, protected a small bit. The conditions are not great for a game of football. What will be both managers talking about at halftime? With ball retention for the guys playing into the breeze, letting it go early for the guys playing with the breeze. What would be your take?
Yeah, I suppose it'll be two contrasting, I suppose, in terms of views on it. From, I suppose, Ballycastle are up by 3 or 4, and they'll be looking probably to consolidate, coming back out, to hold on to the possession, be really, really cute with it, don't give it away. I think they probably have the players to do that and the physicality to do that. On the other side of it, I suppose, in the Killmeena dressing room, they're going to look for a massive first 10 minutes. They're going to look, to come out of the blocks really hard, and they need to pinch a score early on to settle themselves. They're quite young, so they'll be looking to cut loose on that, but they need to be very, very careful in terms of the amount of ball that they're coughing up there, and they need to play out a little bit more width, and they need to play out a little bit more punch to the centre if they're going to look to hurt Ballycastle. But they need to do it really quick to expose Ballycastle, because they are getting numbers back.
In the first game, Ballycastle were 2-3 up in the first half, which was only a 6-point lead. They have a 5-point lead here in this game, but goals are crucial, particularly in the conditions here. Now, I know in the second half, Kilmeena outscored Ballycastle 9-3 in that game to draw it level. But as we said, already one goal mouth opportunity here. Fantastic save from Andrew Grealish, but a goal early could tip the balance either way.
Yeah, of course. Like a major in this game would completely change the complexion on it, be it for Ballycastle or be it from Kilmeena. Kilmeena really would relish one early on and would settle the nerves again with them and get them up. But as I said there, the more potent attack looked like Ballycastle there in the first half. So yeah, absolutely, a goal would certainly would tip the balance.
We were talking there while Liam was talking to Fergal and Mickey that Kilmeena, the tactic they could enforce this half is maybe have Derek Keaveney and Keith Joyce hold the full forward line, deliver low ball into them. They have low centres of gravity, let them turn on the dime and really run at the full back line of Ballycastle.
Yeah, certainly they could do it holding probably a little bit better shape inside. Keaveney was dragged out, and in fairness, from playing inside, you can understand why he's gone out forward and he's looking for something, but he probably needs to be a little bit more patient and hold his line inside and actually have something to hit in there, because there was long stages there. Kilmeena did quite a lot of possession, but they had no out ball. They had nowhere to get it to, and they went lateral a couple of times, those diagonals, and it's just not an evening for that. It needs to be popped to the top of the D, come out, win it solid, and flick it back into the line. Coming
out to the sides, they're trying to negate the threat that the two forwards have in the Ballycastle midfield, as we saw there, Michael Ford, when he gets on ball and he's carrying. In the conditions like this, you would think that Ballycastle would be looking to get that ball handling skill, make sure that they're carrying the ball, particularly as we said, as they're driving into the wind, try and carry the ball, draw the man, look to release inside. They've used that to devastating effect, albeit no goal, but they've broken through the lines on several occasions.
They have, yeah. They've used the possession quite well, and as you said there, that's just textbook what you said there. That's what you'd be looking for probably from Ballycastle at this stage, is that they'd have enough of, I suppose, game intelligence now to retain possession, be really methodical with it, try and stretch Kilmeena, and then get their big hitters on it. Young Healy, Ford coming again, and just keep the scoreboard ticking over and keep daylight between them and suck the energy and I suppose the momentum out of Kilmeena.
Thank you, Austin. As we can see, hopefully from your pictures, as we said, we'll do our best with the pictures that we can provide you with the conditions that we currently have. Both teams have made their way back out to the field. The second half will shortly be underway in this Brafey House Hotel and Resort sponsored junior quarter-final replay live for you here on Mayo TV, courtesy of Peter Moore and Westnet, sponsor of our Wi-Fi this evening. Most of us are dry in our in our position here, but the game is underway again, and it's given a free straight away to Kilmeena, who are looking to hit the ball early inside, as we mentioned. This deliver quickly inside into Derek Keaveney, the aforementioned Keaveney. He's carrying the ball and he swings his left foot over the bar, drops short, it's saved well, held well there by Jason O'Neill. Looked to be destined for over the bar straight from the throw, and Kilmeena sound their intentions straight away there, Mickey, and I think, as we mentioned during the chats that we have, is that the ball has to be released early into the full forward line.
Absolutely, Tom. Yeah, very good move there from Kilmeena, and hard look on Derek Keaveney. Did everything right, won a quick ball in and turned. And as I said, we got a 45 out of it. So young, he knew, has the potential to hit this one over the bar. Much better from Kilmeena.
We had a slight power outage here, and we've missed you might have missed the first minute here of the second half. Kilmeena won the throw-in. The ball was delivered quickly into their full forward line. There was an opportunity there for Derek Eveney, left-footed, just dropped short, but they have a 45 from the follow-up play. It's number 12, Chris Henry, who drops it short into the house. It's dropped into the large square. It's on the line. There's bodies everywhere there in the goal mouth. Out comes the goalkeeper with the ball. The referee is blowing his whistle. It's a free out. The ball dropped short. The 2 or 3 players were slow to react. The Ballycastle defenders pounced on the ball as fast as they could, and a goal opportunity goes begging there, Mickey.
Absolutely, Tom. Great credit to the Ballycastle defence. It was latched stuff. So, missed opportunity for Kilmeena.
Ballycastle break away with the ball now, coming up the right hand side of the field in front of the media tower here. Dragged and pulled is John Carey, but he manages to get the ball off, get the pass off. As we mentioned, Ballycastle now playing into the breeze will be looking to run the ball more through their hand, let the play develop through hand pass in these difficult conditions. And on the right hand side, coming up the field here is number 7, Joe to Ian McNulty, but there's a foul. Referee is blowing his whistle. I think there's a foul, and there's been a change on the Ballycastle team. Marcus Hunt, number 15, is on for Shane Kiley. So we'll have a check of the Kilmeena team, see if there was any changes. Doesn't appear to be any changes. They line up as they did in the first half. We didn't get to name that team. We'll quickly do it for you now. If you'd like to go just name the team there.
Yeah, Tom, Andrew Grealis in goal. Number 2, Ross Mullen. 3, Kieran Hastings. 4, Paddy Kane. Half back line is John Ryan, Niall Feehan, David Stenson.
Just while the free is taken there, we've just dropped short again. It's gone into the goal. The referee they've given the goal. The ball dropped short of them. The free from Shane Ford. Shane Ford fisted it into the goal. So it's going to be an interesting second half now. We've had a slight power outage there. The game is just back on. Just to quickly recap what's happened, Kilmeena broke from the throw and drove up the field, narrowly missed a point, missed a goal. The Ballycastle defence held firm. Ballycastle then from that developing free broke the ball all the way up to the full forward line. It was delivered in high and then it was fisted into the goal. So the game is back underway here, as we said, and hopefully the live pictures are coming to you now from Elvery's McHale Park. We'll just get Mickey to go through finish the team lineups for you.
Yeah, Tom, in midfield, as I said, Stephen Staunton and Liam Heaney. The centre half forward is Neely Ryan, flanked by Conor Madden and Chris Heaney, and the full forward line is Neil Duffy, Keith Choice and Derek Eveney. That was a very disappointing goal to concede there, Kilmeena at a crucial time. Kilmeena now under the cosh, but hopefully we'll be able to rise again.
Kick out taken, drop by the Ballycastle midfielder, who was number 9, Fergal Ford. Kilmeena come away with the ball, draw the foul, so it's going to be a free in the middle of the field, quickly taken by John Ryan, shifts it out to the right hand side. Kilmeena now under severe pressure to get at least 1 to 2 scores as fast as they can before daylight really truly appears in this second half here. The quarter-final replay between Kilmeena and Ballycastle live for you on Mayo JFC from Elvery's McHale Park. The referee says that's a foul. He gives a free out, so Kilmeena can't afford to cough up that cheap possession, but Ballycastle aren't doing a great job of ball retention since the goal has gone in.
Yeah, that's right, Tom. But what an important goal that. And again, we said it before the game. Shane Ford, big man for the big occasion. He was there on hand. The free dropped short. Everyone else fell asleep. He didn't. Pounced into the back of the net. Great score. Now they just need to steady it up, settle. Don't give away any easy scores.
There's a free for Kilmeena just in front of the stand. Just about, you'd have to say, just 5 yards inside the 45. We're going to be waiting still for the lights to come on. You'd have to say that from our position they could do with turning the lights on to give the players a chance. We can see the fluorescents in the stand, which are very bright from here, so at some point somebody's going to have to make a decision and put a few coins in the meter. Kilmeena working the ball in the right corner forward position. Left and right don't seem to be going anywhere. They're coming across the field now. No, they're going back up the far side. Ball with Paddy Kane, who finds himself in the right corner, right half forward position. They're working the ball across the line. It's going to be difficult now for Kilmeena, you'd have to say, but they've dug it out. They dug it out in the first game. They can certainly dig it out in the second, but they cough up possession again. That's the third turnover for both teams in the early stages of the second half, and Kilmeena are going to have to defend. There's only 2 Ballycastle forwards inside the 45 currently, so they're going to have to work the ball. There's an acreage of space if anybody decides to make an alternate run, switching the play, but as we said, Ballycastle playing into this very, very strong breeze are being sensible with possession. They're not going to throw it away. They're going to use it and keep it as best they can. Hand pass inside, comes into the midfield. kick pass into the corner forward position, loses possession of the ball, defended well there by Ross Mullen. Ross Mullen tidies up, brings it into the centre back, hand pass inside. Looks like Niall Ryan has dropped back into the centre back position to try and get possession. It seems that both teams are going to crowd their half back line and try and break at pace, but it's making for difficult conditions. But here comes Michael Ford, it delivered inside. Nobody's at home, and it's a kick pass over the bar. Great score. That's worked again. A turnover from Kilmeena. They can't afford to be turning over the position. That's at least 3 possessions they've turned over, and you've noticed a change on the Kilmeena team as well.
Yes, indeed, Tom. Sean Ryder has come in as substitute on the Kilmeena team. But there again, Kilmeena backline were exposed. There was certainly a goal opportunity there, tapped over the bar, and Ballycastle seem to be in control at present.
From the kick out, the ball is spilled, and it's a free in for Ballycastle. We have about 6 minutes gone in the second half of this game. It's going to be a grandstand finish if Kilmeena can get any kind of momentum at all. They're going to have to get a goal. They're going to have to get a score from somewhere. They can't afford to go too long more without scoring in the second half.
Certainly not, Tom. We need to get control of this game. But having said that, I have complete confidence in these young fellas. Haven't had the great start that we were hoping for in the second half. Ballycastle, once again, midfield are very, very strong. We're struggling to cope with those there. I see another substitution on the Kilmeena team where Joey Smythe has come on, number 27, and Chris Hinu has left the pitch. Chris Hinu had a good first half. He worked hard. The lads are definitely going with another option inside. As I said, Joey Smythe, great pace. So hopefully he can add an extra dimension to the forward line.
And you've an update for us?
Yeah, we just got a note in there, Tom, from the US, from Houston, Texas, wishing the Ballycastle team the best of luck today, and that's from Katrina O'Neill Coussart and Jean Coussart.
It's great to know that the Mayo JFC is going international. The game has restarted. Ballycastle on the attack in the left corner forward position. As we said, the conditions are difficult here. It looks like the rain may have eased off, but we just have the wind has slightly died down for the moment as well. So hopefully the view from you on your computer hopefully is coming through nice and clear. Ballycastle win the ball in the centre forward position. Driving through the centre there is Kevin Healy trying to break 1 or 2 tackles. The ball is getting dropped. It's getting very messy. As we said, the ball would be almost like a bar of soap at this stage, being the conditions that we have. But that's a great ball delivered in by Joey Smith. As mentioned, he has pace, and he's going for the return off Keith Joyce. It's given to left-footed, tried to put it over the bar, just dropped short, gratefully into the hands of Jason O'Neill. But the referee is bringing it back for an earlier tackle. Was it a pull on the jersey there?
It was indeed, Tom. And just, Joey Smythe will definitely add an extra dimension there with Derek Heaveney. They work very well off each other. So hopefully, as I said, Kilmeena can crawl back into this game. They certainly need a couple of scores in the next few minutes.
So it's a free just inside the 45. Looks like it's going to be number 15, Derek Heaveney, to see if he can put this over. Use the breeze as the Ballycastle forwards did in the first half, particularly Shane Healy to great effect. Right-footed, swung, and that's wide. Kilmeena, they need to get those goals, but Ballycastle are defending well. But when they get to the 30 yards from goal, they seem to be coughing up the possession. The forwards particularly slightly too easy. It's hard won in these conditions, and they're working the ball through the hand into their half forward line, but the ball is being turned over too easily and too quickly.
Yeah, and I suppose you have to give, in fairness, you have to give Kilmeena credit for that as well. They are turning Ballycastle over. It is difficult, and players will start to get tired now as well. I noticed that Shane Ford has come out more to the centre of the pitch as well. He's going to have a big influence there as well.
Mark Claim there for Kilmeena, but the game restarted again. Niall Duffield swallowed up by the Ballycastle defence, but the Kilmeena worked the ball well, finds its way out to Conor Madden, but the ball there's a free going back for an infringement. There was a foul on John Ryan as he laid off the ball, so it's going to be a free. Ryan kick pass out to Madden releases it early inside towards Joyce, but can't keep hold possession of the ball. Ballycastle will come away with the ball. They've dropped it looks like Ballycastle have pulled back Dermot Kelly into the potentially as a sweeper, but there's men free all over the place for Kilmeena here. They have 7 players free in the middle of the field. Ballycastle's game plan is very, very similar to the first, pull the players back and then break at pace. They're going to let Kilmeena build and have possession and then try and stop them from coming through by using a full blanket defence. But the blanket has been broken this time, right-footed. That's over the bar. That's a fantastic score, and the best way to get through a blanket defence is to kick it over it.
Absolutely, Tom, and that was a great score from Sean Riley, the substitute that came on there a couple of minutes ago. Kilmeena need lots of these, and we need them fairly soon.
Kick-out strategy for Ballycastle was very clear in the first half. Go long, look for the two forwards in midfield, and it seems to be the same tactic. But in this breeze, the ball is holding up. Liam Henry there breaking the ball, but it falls for the Ballycastle half-back line, and they retain possession of the ball, which is going to be vital in these stages of this, particularly in the conditions as the rain comes back with a vengeance here in Elvery's McHale Park. And Kilmeena are defending for their lives. Keith Joyce trying to turn over ball. It works his way out to the far side. There's a hit as the ball was laid off, but the referee calls play on. Stenson trying to defend, but the referee has seen a holding foul, so it's going to be a free, and Ballycastle come laterally across the pitch, and it's going to go to Liam Horn here for an update on some of the fixtures around the county.
Just county hurling semi-final full time. Ballyhaunis 113, Castlebar Mitchell's 9 points.
Thank you, Liam. Ballycastle with retaining possession, as we said, they're going to have to play it through the hand if they're going to play the hand pass game if they want to keep possession. Kilmeena defending well, but it's a pull foul, so it's going to be a free. Ford takes it quickly, kicks it to his midfield partner, Fergal Ford. Fergal Ford now being chased down by Kieran Hastings, who seems to come out to midfield. Kieran Hastings seems to have gone midfield for Kilmeena, looks to be marking Fergal Ford.
Yeah, I think that's a wise move to try and cut down the impact that the forwards are having on this game. They seem to be all over the place. It was a concern in the first half, but Kieran Hastings with his pace hopefully will be able to stop that forward movement by Ballycastle.
Ballycastle on the attack, but it's well-handed, good tackle in there by Shane Healy, but by Niall Ryan, but it seems to be a free. So Ballycastle are at this stage, Kevin Healy is looking to slow it down a small bit, which is a bit early for doing that in this early in the second half.
Yeah, Tom, I don't blame him in this instance because, we struggled there for about 3 minutes to get the ball outside of our own 45, and, it's really, really difficult in these conditions. Now we've got a chance here to break with John Carey.
Carey, right-footed, doesn't connect well, but it falls short. Out comes Andrew Grealish, gets possession, pops a hand pass to his cornerback. Back in the full back line for Kilmeena is Niall Duffy, who's found himself being pulled back, but Kilmeena are going to have to break it and run at pace. Joey Smith slightly over his head, but he's battling well for the ball into the right corner forward position. Keith Joyce now bends his back, gets the ball into hand. He's looking for options. He gives a nice hand pass there, but Ballycastle have men back, as we've said. They're defending in numbers. There's a high ball swung in, and it almost makes its way across the large square, but it does get its hands to Joey Smith, who twists one way then the other. The shot was blocked, so it's going to be a 45 for Kilmeena, and we can go to Liam for another update.
Yes, Turin versus Ballyhaunis in the hurling final this year. Senior Football League Division 1A full time. Ballahadreen 2-4, Hollymount Carramore 1-9. That's a 2-point win for Hollymount Carramore. South Mayo Derby, Davits 11, Clamorris 8. Good win for Davits there, and full time as well. Swinford 1-8, Borrishrule 2-11, Brafey 1-14. Castlebar Mitchell 7 points, and that's in Division 1A.
45 taken short gives work. Kilmeena are trying to make something happen in the second half of this game. They really need the next score if they want to stay in contention, close contention to Ballycastle. It's going to be a full panel game. There's changes being made aplenty, so we'll come to those in just a moment. But Kilmeena are working the ball across the line, trying to punch a hole. There's the Ballycastle have everybody bar their full forward in their own half, and that's a shot over the top trying to get round it, but it's gone to the left and wide. Kilmeena's have a couple more changes.
They do indeed, Tom. John Riley has come on there as substitute, going in there to the back line. Look at Kilmeena are trying hard. We've had a few opportunities there in the last couple of minutes. Unfortunately, they've tailed to the left and wide, but Ballycastle seem to be in control in the middle of the field. Kilmeena need scores. They need them rapidly as time is ticking by.
Ballycastle are playing a dangerous game, pulling everybody back on the counter-attack. Particularly, it's going to be heavy on the legs of the players, given it was the same tactic in the first half. The bench are going to have a big impact on this game.
Yeah, it's an extraordinarily difficult task what Ballycastle are doing, but they're sticking to it, and they seem quite content to let Kilmeena shoot from distance, and Kilmeena haven't really been on target. That's a great catch there from Micheál Ford.
Great mark by Micheál Ford, delivers it early inside, trying to find work, get support play running. Ford made a run himself, made a sacrificial run as a decoy, and Ballycastle have possession of the ball, and they work the ball well now, trying to find an angle, trying to find a way through the defence. They work the ball across the middle, keeping possession of the ball, as we said, is 9/10 of the law in this particular game. And it looks like it's going to be a long game. That's a straight pass now, delivered out to the far side, but kept in play well in front of the stand here at Elvery's McHale Park. Low ball delivered in towards Ford. Can't get it first time, goes for it the second time, beats his man. He's carrying the ball well in these conditions as he did in the first half. He's been dangerous, but lays it off, looking for support runners, finding another one, works, but it's turned over that time. Kilmeena get men back, and again Kilmeena seem to be working the same the tactics as Ballycastle, defend in numbers and then break at pace.
Yeah, 14 Kilmeena men inside their own 45. We need them to move down the field because, as I said, we're down. We're behind significantly. The time is ticking. So I would hope that the Kilmeena full forward line will hold the position and get the ball in quickly to them. Ballycastle
are trying to work another score, and as we said, in very difficult conditions here at McHale Park. They've drawn a free. Michael Ford gets a foul on the far side in the corner. As we said, the pictures are coming through. Hopefully they're not too bad. As I said, the conditions here aren't great either. Joe Ty has been taken off, and Daniel Breslin, as we said, the benches are going to make a big difference in this game. Is there any other way you can think of for Kilmeena to get back in this game, apart from maybe bringing in a big man, maybe shifting Henu into the full forward line, deliver a few high balls in, use the breeze, maybe just change the tactic up a small bit?
We have to do something now, as you said, Tom, because Ballycastle have another free from a very scoreable position. Very hard to work it out how we're going to do it. That's another great score from Ballycastle. We're sucked up the field. We need to get our positions back. Derek Heaveney and the guys will do damage inside, but at this stage now the ball has to go in rapidly, and I think Kilmeena need a goal.
We have another message in wishing Ballycastle well from Mary and all the Fords in Boston. So the American side of the Ballycastle army are doing well. The time, we're just, as we notice on there, the time has come off the clock. It's 17 minutes gone in the second half. There's plenty of time for Kilmeena to mount a comeback. We just have to try and make sure that they keep possession of the ball when they can. It's 1-10 to 4 points. Kilmeena have to make a change soon because the tactics clearly isn't working. As we said, maybe shift the full forward, the big man into the full forward line, use the breeze. But Ballycastle are retaining possession of the football very well. But that's a foul drawn again, so it's a free in a scoreable position, and Kilmeena not being able to contend with the forward play or the ball retention of Ballycastle.
Yeah, the ball retention, as you say, at Ballycastle has been absolute. That's another fantastic score against the breeze there. This time, I think, from Fergal Ford. Yeah, no, look, Ballycastle, they really are in control. I'm really impressed with the way they're playing, retaining the ball, doing the sensible thing. You know, they're letting the Kilmeena lads come in and pull them down if they have to. They're drawing the free. They're taking their time. Very, very disciplined.
1-3 to 1 point to score in the second half, into playing with the breeze for Kilmeena, and that just shows you how much possession that Ballycastle, how much more clinical Ballycastle have been in possession of the football.
Absolutely, Tom. Great credit is due to Ballycastle. They've worked so hard. Like Kilmeena have done their level best, but it's very, very difficult to compete with the half-back line at the moment that they're making these runs up the field. Ballycastle have played certainly much, much better football against the wind. The Fords midfield as well have dictated a lot of the play.
And the commentators curse twice again. Fergal Ford turns over the ball, and Kilmeena are breaking at numbers. They can shift it outside here. It comes into the right corner for a fantastic diving block, a fantastic attack from Kilmeena. Trying to work the angle, but it's a great last minute block, diving on the shots. I think it was the number 13 for Ballycastle who made the block in the end. As the aforementioned lights start to come on here at Elvery's McHale Park, maybe they'll light up Kilmeena a small bit and get them moving.
Well, hopefully so, but once again, Ballycastle backline working so hard. Their midfielder tracking back as well, and Kilmeena definitely need to up the ante, and we need to put this ball much quicker into the forward line. I'm certainly convinced that they will do damage if they get the ball in quick.
Niall Duffy takes the 45, trying to find Liam Henu, but it's turned over there by the Ballycastle backs, and you can see them breaking in a line when they get the ball. They're breaking waves, 7 players across their half-back line, and they've worked the ball all the way out to midfield in the space of 3 passes, but then John Kerry spills the ball. Trying to turn it over there is John Ryan, but he's deemed to have done it illegally, so Ballycastle get possession of the ball back. Kicked in here to Michael Ford, who's been one of the star players for Ballycastle, you'd have to say, in the first and second half, as we mentioned, with his ball retention, and he draws another foul. for Ballycastle, just to slow it down. 20 minutes gone in the second half here of the junior quarter-final replay, and Ballycastle well on top at this stage, with the two forwards doing all the damage in midfield, and Ballycastle's ball retention is been far better than Kilmeena's, and they're not coughing up the possession as much. But as we say that, Ian McNulty tries to hop a ball that should never be hopped, but the referee has decided to pull it back for a free, and you'd have to say it was mildly soft.
A little bit, yeah, but we'll take that. Look, this has been one of the most controlled, disciplined displays I've ever seen from Ballycastle team. Absolutely fantastic in this second half. Their use of Shane Ford has been very, very smart. The way he's come into the midfield, and he's just a fulcrum there. They're just playing around him. He's playmaking. He's popping the ball off. You know, he's a kind of guy. He's never going to give the ball away. Dermot Kelly as well has been absolutely fantastic up and down the pitch. And you know, when the balls have come into the full back line, young Martin Sweeney has been absolutely outstanding. Really, really good display here from Ballycastle. As
a black card is shown there to Niall Ryan for that challenge, it didn't look that bad, but obviously the referees decided that from his view, it was a black card offence.
Yeah, as Fergal alluded to there, it was more awkward than anything else, and I'm surprised that he got a black card for that. Neil Ryan, he's a very experienced player, and I'm very disappointed to see him leave the field, because he was one of the players that were showing great grit and determination out there. A little bit of surprise by that decision.
Kilmeena on the attack, trying to deliver a quick ball in, but the sweeper, Paul Whelan, does his job there in front of his cornerbacks, and Ballycastle again retain possession, trying to work it out there. It's a free, it's gone over the sideline. It's going to be a sideline ball for Kilmeena as they ready a change for the black card. Just waiting to see who comes in for now, right, just to see who it is. 24, Alan Ryan enters the fray to replace the black carded Niall Ryan, his brother. So Kilmeena on the trying to work something. They're trying to get something. They're inside the 21. They work it out. Left foot, right. Could not quite get the shot around the goalie. The goalie missed the tackle, but the defender covered well there, and there was another goal opportunity. Goes a begging for Kilmeena. They need to be clinical. They have to get the next score if they want to try and do something in the last 7-8 minutes of this game.
It was indeed. It was a crucial time for Kilmeena, and it was a great opportunity, but Stephen Stanton worked really, really hard to get himself in that position, and in fairness, there was great defensive line by Ballycastle at the end, but these are the type of scores that Kilmeena need to get at this stage, Tom.
It's a free for Ballycastle on the far side in front of the stand. There's going to be another conversation with the referee. He's going to, I think, again, it was a conditions tackle more than anything else, and he's saying play on. So it's going to be a free for Ballycastle on the far side, just on the 21. And he's looking for options, and he decides to go along towards Fergal Ford, but the ball is held up in the breeze, and it makes his way to Dave Stenson, who's tackled slightly high, and the referee has blown his whistle. And Michael Ford is being spoken to by the referee. It was a high ball to come over, and Dave Stenson won it well, and Michael Ford went slightly high. So it's a matter of interpretation by the referee, as if it was intent or no intent.
Yeah, I'd imagine he's probably going to get a yellow for that. I would say, but I'd say it's one he'll take at this stage.
23.5 minutes gone in the second half. Kilmeena need this score. They need Derek Keaveney to drop it in around the house or try and get it over the bar, and this is right-footed, high over the bar. It's another score for Kilmeena. We now have 5 points to 111 to Ballycastle, with less than 7 minutes plus whatever the referee will add on. Ballycastle looking to get into the semi-final of the junior championship, and that kick out has gone astray. As we said, in the breeze is very difficult conditions, but Ballycastle have persisted with the long kick out. They haven't decided to go short, and that could maybe be costly coming into the closing stages of the game. Kilmeena is still working, they're still trying, showing real character. Dave Stenson now, right foot popped up, got a score in the first game, but that one's gone over the bar, gone to the left, right and wide of the post. Kilmeena not at their best today, unlike the second half in Ballina the last day, where the players really showed strong. Not just their day today, possibly.
No, they're certainly not taking. There's ideal opportunities out there. That's 5 opportunities in the last 9 minutes, and at this stage we have to be converting those. We've worked hard, put ourselves in good positions, and unfortunately the last kick hasn't been successful.
Kilmeena win the break there in the middle of the field, and they're on the attack again. The ball makes his way to Joey Smith, who's been prominent since he came on in the early stages of the second half, and that's a goal for Kilmeena. The goalkeeper Jason O'Neill was trying to follow the ball as it went over the goal post. Actually, I think he might have collided with the goalpost, but the ball flew over his head into the goal. That's going to make it interesting now for the last 5 minutes plus whatever the referee is going to add on.
Absolutely, Tom. Absolutely. Conor Ryan there kicked in it seemed kind of like of a hopeful ball at one stage, just crept over the goalkeeper's head. Now this is a huge opportunity for Kilmeena. I think there's going to be time on the clock. I think we'll have a couple of minutes extra time. So hopefully Kilmeena, but we definitely need to get the next few scores. Going well, as I said, that is the tonic we needed.
There's a Kilmeena player down there just having a quick bit of attention, and the referee just checking with his linesman as to possibly how long is left to go in the second half. Kilmeena there with a goal, hopefully looking to build on that now in the second half. It's another Ballycastle persistent with the high kick out, and it's one broken there by Liam Henry. And you'd have to say that the long kick out hasn't worked in this last 5-6 minutes of this second half. And Ballycastle now are finding themselves in all sorts of trouble. They're back in their own corner back position, trying to work the ball out, surrounded by Kilmeena forwards, but they're working the ball. Carey gives a quick ball inside, but it's turned over, and it's possibly in for a goal here. Ball breaks. Ballycastle are working. Joyce is trying to get it off the ground, trying to get it up into hand. He's looking for support. The ball spills out. It finds its way out to Paddy Kane. Paddy Kane leaves it off, and that's a right-footed shot. That's over the bar. A goal on the point in the blink of an eye. Kilmeena are not giving this one up easy.
Not indeed, Tom. They never were going to, and that's great work from the forward line. They hadn't got the possession. They worked so hard to get that score. This is what Kilmeena want. We need a couple of more of these in the last couple of minutes. Fergal,
you have to say the kick-out strategy for in the last few minutes hasn't been working. Liam Henry has been breaking ball on Michael Ford on 2-3 occasions there, and Kilmeena have been winning the breaks.
Yeah, I don't know, Tom. I think I wouldn't necessarily blame the kick-out strategy. It's. I mean, the last thing you want to be doing is losing the ball, inside and taking a short kick out and losing it in there. I think what Ballycastle need to do is do what they were doing effectively early on in the game, is crowding in around Mihal and Fergal when they get under the high ball and winning those breaks.
Ballycastle player down just there on the 30-metre line. Can't see who it is from this angle. It could be Martin Sweeney. Yeah, just having a little bit of attention. We have whatever the referee is going to allow, and about 3 minutes to play in the first live quarter-final we have for you here. Petermore Westnet, sponsor of our Wi-Fi this evening. We also have a big game tomorrow. We have the Mayo ladies taking on Dublin in the All-Ireland final, and we wish them well in that at 4 o'clock throw-in in Croke Park. And I think there's a big crowd promised at a final for the first time in a long time, and deservedly so. From what we hear, there could be upwards of 40,000 people at that game, which would be a great opportunity for the Mayo players to win their first All-Ireland in 10 years. High kick out again, broken this time. Ball breaks to Kilmeena again. Liam Henry trying to drive through the Ballycastle. He has 6 players around him, but it works the ball out, and Kilmeena are on the attack again. Finds the ball into the hands of Sean Ryder. Sean Ryder gives a hand pass into John Riley. Riley tries a right-footed shot, and that's over the bar. That's a good score. So that's 1-2 scored in the last few minutes, and Ballycastle haven't got out of their own half, Mickey.
No. Kilmeena are playing excellent football now, and they seem to have Ballycastle under the cosh, but Ballycastle are still in control of this game, so Kilmeena need to do what they're doing in the last couple of minutes. We're working really well midfield, as you have alluded to, Tom. Liam Heaney in the middle of the field now is starting to come into it, and hopefully we can get another few scores.
Substitution on the Ballycastle team. It's Shane McHale, number 19, coming in for Martin Sweeney, who took a knock a few moments ago. So just want to see out this game with the strongest full back line they can. So high kick out again, restart. A ball broke again, but the referee deems this time there was a foul. So Ballycastle, for the first time in about 3 or 4 minutes, can get out of their own half. Kilmeena have been doing the full court press, as it were, in this second half, in the latter stages of this game. So Ballycastle restart the game, delivered inside to Fergal Ford. Fergal Ford spills the ball on the ground. The referee says he touched it on the ground, so it's going to be a free. So they've given possession straight back to Kilmeena, and the ball is brought up the 13 metres for an infringement. So Liam Henry restarts the game, kicks it back. Kilmeena now working hard, trying to get the ball going. They realise time is running out. They need at least another goal to try and make the last few minutes of this game interesting. And the ball finds its way out again to Sean Ryder, who's been very prominent since he come on, as has the other substitutes, John Riley and Joey Smith. But this time the shot kicked over the bar. That's another great score. So that's 1-4 to no reply in the last few moments, and you have to say Kilmeena are really looking to try and finish strong here.
They are indeed, and they're doing excellently from midfield down. Forwards showing superbly for the ball. Liam Heaney controlling midfield now, and as I said, the substitutions have made a significant difference, with Joey Smythe working so hard, and John Riley and Alan Ryan showing their experience and composure in there.
That's a great kick from Jason O'Neill to get it that far out the field into the breeze, and it's drawn a foul for Ballycastle, which is the need. It's a 3-point game, Fergal, and you have to say that Kilmeena haven't given this one up just yet. We're into the 31st minute, so it's whatever the referee is going to allow, and you have to say that it's going to be squeaky bum time.
Absolutely, yeah, and we just got a chance here.
Kilmeena, Ballycastle are breaking through, but that's a draw to foul. It looked like he was going through on goal, and he's claiming he was wrong. I think it was Michael Ford again who drove through as he has all game, carrying the ball, driving at the heart of the Kilmeena defence, and the referee is... I didn't see if he brought out a card, or as we said, it's very difficult to see here at the moment. I think he's just given the free, so it's going to be a free for Ballycastle, and you'd have to say that it looked like a goal was on there, but Fergal Ford has the ball in his hands. This could really make it a 2-score game, all very important at this stage. Fergal, right-footed, swings it over the bar, so it's a 4-point game now. And as we said, we're coming up to the 31st minute here at McHale Park. It's going to be a tight finish. Game restarted. Andrew Grealish delivers it high out the ball, but it's broken and it finds his hands into Michael Ford again, and he's carrying the ball well, and he strikes that left-footed outside of the boot, and that's over the bar. That's made it a 5-point game, and that's a signal of a turnover to give up a high ball driven out. Ford catches the ball clean, he drives in 5 steps, great shot.
2 incredible scores by Ballycastle, and the last minute, and I see there the game is all over, Tom.
The referee has blown up. It's with the Kilmeena defeated here at Elvery's McHale Park in the quarter-final of the Junior Championship.